down there doing like it's supposed to. That looks really good. Well, it is Wednesday morning, February the 5th, and I'm coming out of the shop here. Got a little something got to unload. As you can tell, it's just a lovely, beautiful day in West Tennessee. I mean, it can't get much prettier than this. Yeah, that's right. I've done bought a second caddy. Some of y'all voiced concerns that our caddy, other one, was not heavy enough. Well, by gosh, we went and bought a heavy one this time. So we kind of got some food barbed welding right here. That's the worst aspect I've seen of it. But we're gonna get this we're gonna take this food barbed welding and straighten it up, cut all that out and put some good stuff in there. I kind of think this is a homemade job, to be honest with you. It's got all kinds of color paint. It's got green up underneath the blue. But they were pulling a 5-shank DMI ripper just like I am. I'm pulling a DMI 1000. They had a DMI 2500. But they was pulling it behind a 8760 John Deere. And we're going to be pulling it behind a 8560. I do have a plan for this caddy though. What we're going to do, you know, we was talking about putting that 3-point hit, that quick hitch on this. Well, I figured out in my mind how to do it. We're going to put the quick hitch on this, and I'm going to get me a little electric over hydraulic pump to work this cylinder, and I am going to turn this into my PTO ditcher cart to move our PTO ditcher around with. And we can move other light 3-point stuff around with it. Like I say, if we was to buy a ripper at an auction, buy another ripper at an auction or something, we could go pick it up with that. So that's the plans. You know how the best laid plans go. And I knew as soon as we bought that one, one would pop up like we had actually wanted. That's the way it always works. Crop tractor. Yeah. Well, we always about 2 decades behind, so.
2040.
Well, the difference is back in the day, they didn't make no 400 horsepower row crop tractor with front duals on it. I'm not sure if 4-wheel drives would have ever been invented then.
Yeah.
Perfectly executed.
I mean, what could have went wrong with that plane?
She's off the trailer.
Now we get the forklift. I took my good truck instead of the service truck because all we're supposed to have to do is just load it up, strap it on. And it's a whole lot more comfortable to ride in. Alright, we're going to go down here and unhook the gooseneck where I got my ride back. And then we'll get that caddy in.
Oh, I think I'm gonna have to go get a smaller pin. Not really sure why they welded that in there.
Well, they said they broke this out, saying they had a hired hand helping them. Said they left the ripper in the ground, tried to make a hard corner, and when it did, it popped this out. But I feel like I could have done a little better job fixing it. But we're gonna get her in here and we're gonna fix her up right. Is that thunder?
I think it is.
I was gonna cut this mess out and then may see if I can't get a piece of tubing or something and cut at a 45 and weld it in here nice and neat. That's my goal anyways. Well, there is the finished product. It is not pretty by any means, but it is definitely a lot better than what they had. Wish I could have fixed it when it originally busted out, because it's a whole lot easier to fix it right the first time than it is to fix stuff somebody else's foo-barbed a mess. But what I done, we ain't messed with this side because it's fine, but you can see there what we done. I cut a piece of plate and more or less boxed that in on both sides and welded that plate in there. And I think it'll be all right. Both operators that are running it have some sense about them, so hopefully nobody's going to be turning with it in the ground. We're going to let that paint dry. We're going to go eat lunch, and when we come back, I guess we're going to swap this darn ripper out again. So it's having trouble with our alternator. And we took it to Napa, had it tested, checked fine, making 14 volts. And we think the issue might be our old plug here. Somebody got pretty rough with it. Well, I was gonna get a plug from Napa, and they looked and searched and couldn't find it. And we found the John Deere part number and called John Deere. And this plug was 98 bucks. I come back to the office, a 10-minute search on Amazon, and I bought this plug for 7 bucks. 98, 7 bucks. I do have to crimp some pins and put my GM weather pack on it. 7 bucks, 98 bucks. And that's how we're going to save money this year, guys. This is how we're going to make it. We're just not going to go John Deere and buy stuff.
$95 saved already.
You, look there, $95 of profit. Marked on 25. Cha-ching. $1 saved is $1 earned. And that's how we're going to survive this year.
That's right.
We're survivors.
He will survive.
Who is it? That ain't Aretha Franklin. That ain't Donna Summers.
Ain't Dionne Warwick.
Might be, I don't know. I ain't up. As you can tell, I'm a white boy. I ain't up on my soul. I mean, I got soul. I just don't know
Yeah.
who the soul people are.
The soul singers.
I mean, I didn't grow up on Motown. If guys, I ain't realized.
A little hot today.
Don't get too excited, ladies. I was afraid y'all, y'all was getting a little hot under the collar there. And just like that, we're ready to move this one out and a new one in.
Go unhook this one and go hook to the other one. I'm going to say that one definitely picks up higher. Well, we got him mounted.
What we're doing, we're moving our gauge wheels. They used to run right here, but what we got into was it got the rub in the bar. And even on them, when we ran it on the 3-point, sometimes it would, that right there would touch the deal every now and then. So we moved them. What we were doing, we moved it from here. We're gonna put it right here, center right here. I was worried about them being back here toward the back, but we got on, I got on YouTube and looked at a lot of caddies, a lot of rippers that's on caddies. And from what I can tell, you can put your gauge wheels about any way you wanted to put your gauge wheels. I've seen them mounted all different ways. Me and Robert debated whether we would even need the gauge wheels with it being on this caddy. But what we're hoping is with this, the wheels toward the front and the wheels toward the back, that this caddy will follow the contour of the ground better, and that keep it from gouging and sucking under as bad, and do a good job for us. Need to come over just a fraction. Oh. Pretty dang good. Well, we have went through another little change up. I got worried about something and changed it up. The wheels are back where they originally was, except they're pointing toward the back instead of the front now. What concerned me was where we had it. I was worried about this gauge wheel tire. If you raised them up enough, I was worried about the tire hitting the corner of that frame there. So we put them where they originally was, except now they point toward the back. Like I said earlier, I've seen a lot of rippers with them towards the back like that, so I don't think it'll be an issue. And I'm hoping with tires toward the front and tires toward the back that this thing is going to follow the contour of the ground. I want to try it so bad I can't hardly stand it. But this little rig should be ready to go if we can ever get some dry weather. Middle one tripped. That'll be a good test, see if we can make Daddy's hayfield do better.
have to, we're losing the tension up on them shanks a little bit. I guess we're gonna have to put the pressure back on number 3. But right out here is where the old barn used to sit, so I'm sure it's tripping on something out there. Now it's getting down there doing like it's supposed to. You can see we're getting lift. That looks really good. He's as happy as a kid in a candy store right now. I think we can see why they had the tension to them now on them shanks. But like I said, this is hard hay ground. I don't guess a ripper's never been run over it, so when you get out in the field, row crop field, they might get down there and plow like they're supposed to. Load that tractor up. See, we're getting good lift. Daddy may make 5 pound to the acre out here. Up a piece of, right here used to be a fence road too, so I ain't no telling why we're getting picked up. Got a nice little pile of stuff we pulled up. Got an old disc blade, whole sickle section. I don't know what all that is. If you want to find buried treasure, you run a ripper, because you are bound to find some stuff. Because that barn's been down and buried for probably over 20 years now, and we're still finding stuff. Like, look at here. That's a good heavy piece of pipe right there. Bring good money at the scrap yard. We're supposed to come back and load all this up when we haul scrap metal, but chances are I'll probably whack it with a bush hog when I come mowing fence rows. But he's heading up there to unhook it. It came a little shy early this morning. As you can see, that 8560 was pulling it like it was nothing. So we're hoping we can gain some miles per hour and, you know, save our 4650, because them 4-wheel drives have more weight. This one's got about 100 more horsepower than the 4650, and them big tractors, big articulating tractors, they're meant to do jobs like that. But so we're gonna get this lip run hooked, and hopefully it'll dry up pretty soon, and we'll be able to run this son of a gun. But as you can see, it was pulling it, doing a really good job. You can see right here the gravel where this old barn lot was. But can go through here and make sure ain't nothing up that will get in Daddy's mower like this. Ooh.
What do you think?
It looked like it was doing a good job to me. Well, I
Like it done better on that caddy than it did on
you could almost plan in behind that.
if you just took a crumber and run across that.
Yeah.
Which now it's way too wet. It was doing more, but it was waving, wasn't it?
Yeah, you was getting a lot of lift in it.
I ain't too sure I ain't running a little deeper than it was on that tractor. 3-point, I mean.
Daddy will be making twice the height.
If he can get across it. Well, you're gonna have to pull that pin for me while I work it.
All right, filler. We'll see you this fall. I mean, not this fall, this spring, whenever it dries up. You can see right there where it's running. All right.